Greystone Podcast, talking about the weather stuff. Hey guys, welcome to the Greystone Podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2015. It is 11:56. I'm Tyler.
I'm David.
And we have another special guest today. Hello, Mr. Pechtel.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. So, we'll go right into the Daily Adventures segment. We'll start with Mr. Pechtel. How was your day, Mr. Pechtel?
My day's been good. It's slow. Innovation week. They were writing in my room.
Have you, what have you done? Have you done anything this weekend for Father's Day?
Oh, yeah. We had a huge barbecue with my dad and my stepdad and my grandfather and my father-in-law. Everyone came over and I barbecued up some pork.
Oh, fun.
It was good. It was good stuff. A lot of fun.
Anything planned for the rest of the week, or?
Not really. Just winding down the last week of school.
Cool.
It's good stuff. Oh, I'm going with the grade 6s to Jubilee Park on Friday, so that'll be fun.
Oh, good.
Fun.
And Javen, how was your day today?
My day was alright. I enjoy being able to screw around in here instead of doing work.
Yeah, my day was pretty much the same. A little slow. Yesterday was slow as well. Yeah, so we can get right into the news. Javen, would you like to read this one? You edited this one.
Alright. This one is about Obama. The headline is called "A Black President Speaks About Race and No One Hears." And basically, Obama uses the N-word, like he says the N-word, he doesn't use, like, he says the actual word, okay? And so, basically, he says it to get his, like, point across because he's concerned about racial stuff, which, still, just,
I have some insight on that. I listened to the podcast yesterday that he said that on.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I subscribe. I'm a Mark Maron fan, so I was listening to the Mark Maron podcast, and I heard that. And in the context, I didn't even realize that he kind of said it because it was in passing talking about the just it as a whole, though, how they kind of want to get the word out of there. And he's like, I don't really say it. And he just went right into it. It was kind of it was a good conversation. It was a great interview. Highly recommend.
I'll have to look at it.
It's not the most appropriate of podcasts.
I could assume.
Because it's called the WTF podcast with Mark Maron. So, but as I do have a bunch of podcasts that I listen to, and that one is one, and it was a great interview. He's a great interviewer, and it was a good conversation that they had about lots of different things, race relations, also. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I don't have much more to say about that. I think he's coming to the end of his term, so there's not much.
Excited for that.
Apparently that news made people pretty nervous, though. So
People overreact, I think.
Donald Trump would be a better president than Obama. Like, honestly. Donald Trump just sounds like an idiot.
So, yesterday we talked about Pakistan having really high death tolls due to a heat wave. 500 people died. It just increased to 700 today, but they are getting rain relief, and so the heat wave is starting to die down.
700? Holy crap.
700 people, yeah.
Whoa.
Just today alone, 218 people died of heat stroke.
Wow. Do you have like a temperature or whatever?
It doesn't say in Celsius this time, but it does say the high was 113 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's holy. That's over 50.
Yeah. The expected rate.
45 degrees Celsius.
That's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, we are going through our news real quick.
Yep.
Well, I guess innovation will be a little bit longer with Mr. Pechtel being supervising innovation. Last time it was really short because we had Tanner and he wasn't doing innovation at all, so he had no.
Right, yeah, no, I have been in 2 rooms now. And
yeah, that's the last topic though, so.
No worries.
I guess we'll go on to Canadian news. Alberta bans political donations from big companies corporations and unions. Legislation banning corporate and union donations to political parties has been passed in Alberta legislature.
Good.
I think that's interesting.
Good. Because I don't think organizations should be allowed to just use their financial weight and throw it around to buy influence. They're still going to get around it because they haven't banned personal donations. So I could just see CEOs of big companies and things just throwing money. Although there are maximums that you can donate individually also.
Yeah.
That was a big issue of all the political science courses that I took in university. We talked about that a lot.
Alberta's NDP has traditionally gained about 10% of its funding from unions, while the PCs have relied heavily on it.
I don't think that the PCs are ever getting back. And like, once the Liberals got out, they were done. So, and I'm pretty sure that like most people voted for NDP to kind of like give the PCs a reality check. Like, I highly doubt that the NDPs are going to be in here for long. If anything, like Wild Rose is going to be in next time or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have much to say on that either.
I find it interesting that the message was sent that the NDP is in power and that with such a big majority, I think it's about time. And I think it'll be an interesting 4-year experiment. If it works out, wonderful. If not, it's only 4 years.
Yeah.
Plus the bureaucracy. Government is set up to move slowly, so they're not going to make these major changes anyway. It'll take years.
Yeah.
And the NDPs were like the only like party that actually cared about education.
Yeah, as a teacher, I am all for it.
Alright, so wow, we're really going through the news quick. We're almost done. So, gaming news. Mr. Pechtel, are you a big gamer?
Not as much as I used to be. I do listen to a few gaming podcasts. I'm a big podcast fan.
That's why you're here.
I do dabble in it, not as much now that I have a real job and I have bought a house and have other responsibilities that I need to take care of, but I do like to. I'm more into mobile gaming now than anything.
Oh, yeah. So Batman Arkham Knight PC port is going to be a disaster, or it is a disaster. It peaks at frame rate of 30 frames a second and just runs very poorly on
crap.
even new drivers such as NVIDIA and AMD.
That surprises me because PC has always been the best gaming experience for the most part, and it sounds like the next gen consoles, Xbox One and PS4, have kind of caught up and they're developing more for that. It's interesting.
I'm more of a Nintendo guy, but whatever.
Oh, I am too. I have an Xbox 360, but
but like the other Batman Arkham games were fantastic. Like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum were all fantastic.
Rocksteady, the company who developed it, I guess, has addressed the performance complaints on their forum, saying, "We are aware that some users are reporting performance issues with the PC version of Batman Arkham Knight. This is something that Rocksteady takes very seriously. We are working very closely with our external PC development partner to make sure these issues get resolved quickly as possible." That means they themselves are not coding the game for the PC. They have another developer, a completely different company is doing that for them. Which means the game was probably meant for console. But it is disappointing that they did a poor job on PC, because that is a very big community that always gets pushed back.
it's making a resurgence now. I think PC gaming is way bigger than it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when you got things like Steam.
Yeah.
With early access and games being green that normally wouldn't have made it to shelves. It was just a console game. Anyone can make a video game now. Or not anyone, I guess, but...
Tyler and I tried one time.
It was really bad. It was not a good experience.
Yeah, we messed up with the layering, so like we were doing like a racing thing where we just need to like go around the track a few times, and we messed up the layering, so the car went under the road a few times.
That was fun.
Yeah,
it was a game meant
was.
for blind people, if I remember correctly. We were going to use sounds to guide the player through a racetrack,
Then we realized
It wasn't very
we
fun.
can't even
couldn't
get through
do it.
this
We couldn't even
with
do it if we could
sight.
see. It's bad.
It's nuts. A friend of mine is a game developer. He went through Nate and got on with the team, and I think there was a newspaper article about him a couple of years ago. His game got picked up by a major company, and it's been developed. I can't remember what it was. But also, there was... I grew up with the Sega Genesis, and they apparently develop indie game people and game companies are developing new Sega Genesis games that use modern technology, and the graphics are slightly better. You can buy them on the actual things, and I kind of want to find my old Sega Genesis and find a few, because I think that'd be kind of cool. There's 5 or 6 games that come out a year that are hard to find and quite expensive, but it would be kind of nice. I used to play Sonic 3 on that all the time.
Interesting.
A little while ago, I got Sega Genesis, not a Sega Genesis, but it was a bunch of games from the Genesis for PlayStation. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Those little games are.
And there's me who continuously plays Tetris while listening to Def Leppard on the NES and all that, and just waiting for Zelda Wii U to come out.
I wore my Zelda shirt yesterday. My Link shirt.
I'm wearing my Hylian shield.
I've always been a Zelda fan since I had Ocarina of Time on my N64.
Mm-hmm.
That was the start.
Best game ever.
Fallout 4 resolution and frame rate will not be limited on PC, which means you can have infinite frames, and it will run on 30 FPS, but not 60. I'm not sure if 30 FPS on everything, 1080p. That's on console. 30 FPS on Xbox One and PS4. Resolution and FPS are not limited in any way on the PC. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we'll go on to movie news and reviews. Mr. Pechtel, have you seen any good movies lately?
Not particularly. I'm catching up on TV shows and stuff right now. So, last movie I saw that we rented, what did I see? I saw The Babadook a while ago. I really enjoyed that one. Psychological thriller. I love being able to think and kind of make my own connections, so that was good.
Alright.
Scared me. I love horror movies though, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Scariest movie I've ever seen was either Sharknado or Evil Dead.
Kingsman Secret Service, that was just released on DVD a little while ago.
That movie is amazing.
It is amazing. It's a good movie. Did you see that, Mr.
I haven't seen it. You know what? I haven't seen many of the new movies. Movies are so expensive, and I don't have a lot of extra time to go do it, especially with TV shows and the quality of the new shows and stuff that are out there.
Right.
I'd rather sit and watch a 13-episode series over a weekend than drive out and pay money to see a movie. To be quite honest with you, so.
There's a new Terminator movie coming out.
That I'm
Yeah, that's gonna be
I've never
good.
actually
Hopefully.
watched any of the Terminator movies, but
Tyler,
that's alright.
leave.
Yeah. Anyone got anything to say about that? Or?
I'm pumped for
Well-
it. I've been a fan for forever.
Being that all the other Terminator movies were fantastic, I hope that this one keeps it up. Like, Terminator 2 was by far one of the best movies ever. And then, Terminator 1
Speaking of
was
T2,
great.
They're taking T2 off Netflix 1st of July.
Meh, I don't really care. I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Well, so you've got a week to watch it there, Tyler.
Yeah. Javen, this one's yours.
Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
I surely hope that Disney doesn't turn it into a musical.
I hope they do, just to laugh at you.
Nah, well, Disney's done really well with Marvel and everything.
It's because they own Marvel, but they have no creative control over that. They know that the plan is already set, and they know Marvel knows what they're doing with it already.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, hopefully, Disney doesn't mess up Star Wars. They've got, a bunch of books and series to go off of, especially with this one, Force Awakens.
From all accounts that I've heard from doing some reading and hearing interviews with a few of the actors that are in there, that this is going to be they're doing it right. Super secretive. Nerdist podcast had one of the actors on, and he could barely say anything about it other than what's been released. Can't even say where they're filming or anything, so they're keeping big cover over things. But I think that's a good thing, right? I think it's going to be. I think they'll do it right. They've sure got the money to make sure that it's done right.
Oh yeah,
and it'll be interesting. Hard to beat the original 3, but.
I saw this really great video that was like, which is nerdier, Star Wars or Star Trek? And it basically had like the cast of it's a cartoon, right? And so it basically had the people on Star Trek, and they got caught up in the Death Star's tractor beam, and then like it's Darth Vader and Star Trek basically like telling each other that the other one sucks. One of the best lines is Darth Vader says, so the Force is dumb, but beaming people in and out isn't. And yeah, it's funny.
Where do you where do you stand on the Star Wars?
Well, my dad was always into Star Trek, but personally, I never got into it. I enjoy the movies, but I'm a Star Wars guy through and through. I mean, I've got the Blu-ray box set. I've seen them countless times. I think it's hard to beat. And my favorite thing about it is that George Lucas had backstories for every creature. Everything that was in there was thought out, was planned. Much like Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling had everything ready because I'm a bigger Harry Potter fan than pretty much anything else.
Oh yeah.
But George Lucas had everything thought out. Everything was connected, and everything was there. And I think that translates into the films big time. So, and I think that's probably where I stand on that.
Yeah, because Star Trek is basically be nice to Data and don't be racist to aliens. That's Star Trek right there.
Star Trek's interesting because it's kind of in line with U.S. imperialism at the time, where they were going out and exploring new worlds, but kind of taking over, pushing their influence and stuff, right? So it was very Americanized as far as that. As far as that goes, especially the original ones, like when they were out and throwing their weight around in Vietnam and in Korea and all those places too, right? So I think that those parallels are there as well. So I always look for social commentary and things.
Yeah, we really need to start killing time. We were only 20 minutes in.
Oh,
for other topics to talk about. Oh no. I guess we can go into sports. Anyone watching any sports lately?
Always. Yeah,
Okay.
Saw the Blue Jays win last night. They're on a roll, except everyone at the team that they're chasing is too. Oilers draft is coming up. They're going to draft McDavid on Friday.
So excited.
So I'm pumped for that, and I keep checking Twitter because last night or this morning, Chiarelli, their GM, said that he is going to try to get a goalie before the draft. So that's going to be in the next 2 days. They're going to have to make a trade for one.
Interesting.
So I'm kind of keeping tabs on that because I follow all the sports writers. And it'll be an interesting season.
Yes. Oh yeah, for the Oilers, this will be a good year, I believe. We just fired our scouting.
The whole scouting staff, basically.
Yeah.
Good. They weren't doing anything.
Oh yeah. They're
Clean house. I'm excited for the change.
Yeah. I feel like the Oilers will be able to, if not make it to the playoffs, be competitive for a playoff spot this year.
As long as they're playing meaningful hockey in March, I'm pretty happy with that. I doubt they'll make the playoffs next year. But I don't think they'll be in the bottom 7 in the league either. I think Calgary's got to drop off.
Oh, there's Mr. Pechtel. Hi, Mr.
Oh,
Hi.
hello.
I'm
Special
sorry,
guest
I'm
number
just
2.
going through.
Special
I have
guest.
dinner hair.
Special guest number 3. Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyone else got anything else to talk about because we're completely it's very hard to do a daily podcast because the news we were using yesterday was news was a little bit older news as well.
I got something. I was scrolling through Gizmodo today, reading the blogs and stuff that I go through, and Gmail put their they added in a new feature onto it that they've had kind of an option for, like beta testing for the last 6 years, but they brought it out. It's a unsend the email. So if you're sending to the wrong address, or you forgot to make an attachment, or you do something like that, you can go and you can set it so that within the 5, 10, 15, or 30 seconds after you send it, you can actually unsend the email, or it'll delay sending it for that long. So if you made a mistake, or you didn't mean to put that, or you were just typing a rant to get it out of your system and accidentally hit send, you can take care of that. So that was, I definitely tweeted that out because that's a handy feature for.
That's a good place to look on for news. Twitter. See what's on Twitter. Twitter news. Looking for the Twitter news.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Spider-Man is not released, but the actor for the new Spider-Man is announced. I'm voice cracking today. Tom Holland will be the new. I don't know who that is, but
let's Google him.
I was hoping for Donald Glover to be the Black Spider-Man. Donald Glover I'm a huge fan of his music, his comedy, and his acting. Childish Gambino is his rap name.
He is a 19-year-old.
19?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sure. Special guest number 3 is back.
Yeah. Welcome back, special guest number 2 and 3 and 4.
And
they go.
They're gone.
Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah, I sure hope that Tom Holland isn't too much Peter Parker or too much Spider-Man, because I felt like Tobey Maguire was too much Peter Parker and not enough Spider-Man, and the other guy is too much Spider-Man, not enough Peter Parker.
So it is. He did not comment on if he will be in Captain America: Civil War, which he is a big part of in the comics.
Yeah.
Which he is in the middle of a showdown between Captain America and Iron Man.
I'm not really.
He's coming out 2016.
I'm kind of confused on I get the whole thing about Iron Man wanting all the superheroes to register themselves in with the government, but why did Spider-Man take off his mask and be like, I am Peter Parker and all that? Because there he is in the movies being like, yeah, I've got to keep myself a secret, and then he's basically the complete opposite of Iron Man, who in the first movie says, I am Iron Man.
The next Spider-Man movie is due July 28th, 2017.
2017, okay. Lots of work to be done. Oh, here's something cool. Just scrolling through Gizmodo, which is kind of tech news and just random stuff. It's a blog. Apparently, they have developed a high-res 3D printer that can print things as small as blood cells.
Wow.
Smaller than a red blood cell.
That's almost scary.
Yeah,
Now,
South
don't
Korea.
ask me what you would need something that's smaller than a red blood cell for, but...
And then I get a little bomb as small as blood cell.
I think that could be big in the medical world, where if you're fighting blood diseases or something, you could have some sort of time release capsule or something, right? That you could inject directly. South Korea.
Guess 2 and 3. And
Welcome back.
5 and 6 and 7.
Oh, Mr. Pechtel. We're helping out in the family care center.
Welcome.
Sorry, I
Okay,
still
so guest number 5 is going to help out guest number 4.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome back.
I'm responsible for a few students in there, although they're all working really well, so they just wanted to check in because I am kind of there. What was I going to say about this? Oh yeah, the 3D printer. South Korea's National Institute of Science and Technology have developed a new kind of 3D printing technique that works not unlike the color printer you have at home, except that it uses special inks that can be layered to form microscopic 3D shapes, like arched bridges, zigzag structures, or pillars.
Very interesting. Today is the birthday of video game icon Sonic the Hedgehog. We were speaking of that earlier.
There's the throwback.
Cool.
There's not much more on that, I guess. I don't believe that there would be a new game. coming
Sonic,
out.
since Nintendo bought the rights to the Sonic franchise, he's kind of been in and out of different.
Oh man,
different
that Sonic
things,
Boom
but,
game. Oh
yeah.
no, that was bad.
Sonic 1, 2, and 3 for the Sega Genesis were the best, and that's the one right there.
Welcome back, special guest.
I kind of enjoyed Sonic Unleashed.
What is
Like,
that?
Microphone.
Microphone, we're recording.
Sorry. Hello.
It's okay, special guest number 5.
Right, it's eventful.
Problem of being faster than light is that you can only live in the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh god. Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands episode 3 just is released.
That's
I
right,
believe.
that's the Telltale. That's the
Telltale,
the
yeah.
Telltale game, yeah.
Speaking of Telltale, this is a little bit older news, but Telltale is making a Minecraft game. That should be very interesting. I'm very excited for that.
Cool.
You ever play any Telltale games, Mr. Pechtel?
Not particularly. My wife is playing The Walking Dead.
I did like that one. I haven't played the second one.
On the
but
iPad, yeah.
I played all of the first one. It was
So
amazing.
it was good. I played some of it. I never quite got into it. No, but actually, there's lots of video game news because E3 just finished down in LA, right?
Right,
So all
we did,
the launches were.
We did a little bit of talking on that on the top 10 games. But there might be things that we missed. We could go through a game list of E3. If I could find it. There we go. A new Doom is being released. It's just going to be called Doom. It looks a lot similar to the original ones, and not like the third one, which sucked a lot.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of games.
Lots.
Of games. We'll just go through some of the ones that might be interesting. Ark Survival Evolved. That one's a survival game that is kind of like, I don't know what to compare it to, but it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm voice cracked so many. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed games have been. I love them, but it's kind of been the same game
For a little while.
for a few times. It was new. I liked Black Flag.
I never played Black Flag.
I
heard it was
like the
really good.
pirate aspect of it, where you could just kind of leave the missions and just be a pirate for a while, which was kind of fun. Never actually finished Black Flag. I got too busy. But that was a good one. But I do like that they build the games with a team of historians and cultural
and make it historically
accurate as best that they can, which was very very a cool way of doing it.
Yeah. So I've played the first and the second one. Me and Jamie played the second one a little bit together. Mm-hmm. That was funny. But the second one is all Renaissance themed, right? So we did it in LA. We had a Renaissance topic. And so I just played a bunch of Assassin's Creed too.
Yeah, it was fun.
It actually really helped.
Yeah, well, that's one way to do it for sure. I mean, I like to on YouTube. There's this crash course guy, and so if anytime there's a topic that I don't really want to know, I just go on to watch the 10-minute video crash course on whatever topic. And so they did world history and things, and U.S. history. I'm running through.
I think I did watch that or one of them for another social project. That's Batman Arkham Knight, Warner Brothers. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Battle Cry by Bethesda Softworks. I watched the Bethesda E3 stream, which was the only one that I watched because Fallout 4. And Battle Cry looks really good. It looks like, have you guys ever played Team Fortress 2?
No, but I've played like a mini game of it on a Minecraft server.
It looks a lot like Team Fortress 2 for anyone who has played Team Fortress 2. Battle Cry looks right up your alley. What else is there?
Black Ops 3. That's going to be typical.
3, Activision.
But that'll sell a ton.
Oh yeah.
I got tired of those. I don't really like playing online anymore.
I think in the next 5 years, Call of Duty will definitely start to die down.
Yeah.
Due to the lack of difference in them.
Yeah, it's all the same. I'm looking forward to the new Gears of War, because that was a game that I played originally.
I did play that. I played all of them with my cousin.
That was my online game when I was in high school. We had now that was a long time ago. But through high school, we were playing Gears of War online all the time. We had 8 of us that would be every night all the time. We were undefeated for a long time, and that was the start of the battle style where you take cover. It's not just open battle. That's where you're the cover based.
I do
fight sequences,
like that,
and I really enjoyed that.
Guitar Hero Live is coming out soon.
That's a online Guitar Hero, is it not?
I'm not sure. This is the first
like.
time hearing of it. It said that it is on system.
Well, you do more research. I'll keep listing off games.
Guitar Hero.
It says that it's going to be on the PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Xbox 360, and PS3.
I still have all of my Rock Band Guitar Hero stuff. I used to rock those games. I had expert beat on drums and guitar, and I had expert beat on guitar for
my dad
Guitar
doesn't.
Hero.
Yeah, my dad doesn't like to play against me in Guitar Hero, like especially Guitar Hero Aerosmith, because like he claims to be like the best at that game, yet I whoop his butt every time I play it against him. Because like when playing on the versus mode, I would store up my powers against him. So I'd give him Broken String and Lufty Flip and Expert Mode. And, yeah, it's funny because he does. Then he's like, you cheated. Then I'm like, I didn't cheat.
If it's part of the game to use, it's not cheating.
Exactly.
So there is Dark Souls 3, which was announced. I did not hear about this, but I played the first Dark Souls. I don't know if you guys have ever played any of them or heard of any of them.
No.
But they're kind of like RPG games. But they're very difficult. They're super unbalanced, purposely done to just make you very, very angry. Like right off the bat, the first enemy you face is like a boss, and it tells you nothing about it. I don't remember there being a health bar or anything, so you just gotta wing it.
Interesting.
Just Dance 2016 for those who like. I don't know, like modern day music or whatever. I know that's not me, but yeah.
Halo 5, there's too many Halos. Should have ended after 3.
Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, that's pretty cool.
Dishonored 2, I never played the first Dishonored, but that was also released by Bethesda. And the first Dishonored looks really good. So I do look forward to playing that. And Dishonored 2, when it comes out, it will be coming out on PC, Xbox One, PS4.
Kung Fu Panda Showdown of Legendary Legends.
Interesting. I was more looking at Mass Effect Andromeda because that's Mass Effect game, but it's in a separate universe, so it's a completely new story, new characters, new universe, right?
See, I never played the Mass Effect games either, but that's one of the series that I've been looking forward to play for a very long time, ever since it pretty close to when it came out. Disney Infinity 3.0 edition. As well.
Is that the one with Star Wars characters?
I don't know. What else is there?
Lego Jurassic World.
I like the Lego games. They're always
Lego games are
fun. I have Lego Harry Potter on my computer that I play through.
So I do know about the Lego Jurassic World a little bit. And what it is you play through all of the Jurassic Park movies in order. Like, kind of like the Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter. And once you get to Jurassic World, you actually get... I don't know if you play through the dinosaurs the whole time. But you know when you get to the Lego Jurassic World, you do get to play as a dinosaur. And since Jurassic World is based off of... Or is... The main plot is they made a dinosaur by gene swapping. You actually get to make your own dinosaur by combining multiple dinosaurs together. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh, that's cool. Here's one. The Dimensions game, Lego Dimensions. To save their friends, Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle bravely jump into the vortex, and they travel through dimensions across the DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, Lego Movie, and other Lego universes.
Wow.
So it's like the ultimate, Lego crossover game. So that could be cool.
There's also Lego Worlds that I don't know if it came out or is coming out, but it looks very much like a Lego Minecraft. Let me look that up real quick.
There's also a new Metal Gear Solid game coming out, The Phantom Pain. I've never played a Metal Gear Solid, but...
I played the very first Metal Gear on the NES. I have it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're good.
And Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Lego Worlds comes out 2016.
Hey, check it out. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
You know what I really liked? Mario Tennis. on my GameCube.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I had a good time with that. Still have my GameCube. Don't have any games for it anymore, but I found it when I was moving.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I got a GameCube when I was like 3 or whatever, when like the commercials or whatever came out for Spider-Man for the GameCube. And then that's the reason why my parents got me a GameCube, because I wanted Spider-Man. And then, of course, I also got Wind Waker and Super Mario Sunshine.
There's also Fable Legends, which is coming out for the Xbox One. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Fable games. I played Fable 3 a little while ago, and it was not bad. It was a little similar to Skyrim, which is why I played it. But it has that nice charm that I did like. Of course, Fallout 4 came out. Or not came out, but was announced.
Rise of Tomb Raider, new Tomb Raider game. Those are always good. I like the puzzles.
Need for Speed.
Always fun. Rory McIlroy PGA Tour. Rory it's no longer Tiger Woods Tour PGA. It's Rory because Tiger's gone, or not gone, but terrible.
Rock Band 4.
A new Fire Emblem game being released for the 3DS.
Oh, cool.
And
South Park, the fractured but whole. but it's whole as in a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
they're I don't know if you heard of this, but they're remastering the first Gears of War as well.
Yes.
That should be very interesting.
That was awesome. I loved the first one.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I got it. Was it with I think I got it at launch when the Xbox 360 first released. I got the Ultimate Gamer pack, so we spent about $1,000, and we got the console, 4 games, 3 controllers, and a bunch of stuff with it. And I think Gears was one of them. Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's World is always fun.
Because that's not just a 3D version of Kirby's Epic Yarn.
There is I Am Bread. That was a game that came out for PC a little while ago, but apparently it's coming out for PS4 and iOS as well.
Why you no release games for Wii U?
There's a Walking Dead Michonne is Telltale.
Oh, really?
That'll be interesting.
We kind of touched on this yesterday, but Star Wars Battlefront, I'm excited for that. That one's
yes. Is there any more news on that? Did you hear?
Let's
I thought I saw something.
There's also Star Wars The Old Republic and Star Wars The Visceral Project, or whatever. Release date for Star Wars Battlefront is November 17th. It's available for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So still no Wii U.
That's what I would say for the Mad Max game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Barbie and her sister's puppy rescue.
Yeah. Mad Max is a movie. It was a movie. Did you ever watch the Mad Max movies, Mr. Pechtel?
No, but I know about it, and there's a summer project that I kind of want to do. As the music teacher, I have many ukuleles, some of which are broken, and I found a tutorial to make a flamethrower ukulele, just like the flamethrowing guitar in Mad Max. And it seems pretty easy. So I tried to convince Mr. McLean to let me do it for Innovation Week, but he basically I tweeted it at him, and he came into the staff room and was like, "Pechtel, no!" and then went away. So I don't think that's going to be happening. But
So did you guys read the Mario and Luigi Paper Jam? Or
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I'm guessing that's Paper Mario, but with Luigi.
Paper Mario was a lot of fun.
I did like Paper Mario.
I really liked Super Paper Mario was by far the best in my opinion.
I did like the Paper Mario game. That was fun.
Sticker Stars could have been better though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They could have. That could add a lot of more work. Minions Paradise to be coming out on iOS and Android as a game probably for the Minions movie that is coming out. We talked about that a little yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Mirror's Edge was a parkour game. I think it was only released for PS3 maybe. What else is there?
The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes coming out for 3DS. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I've paid most attention to Zelda Wii U, but looks pretty cool. There's co-op oriented game, and yeah.
A new Need for Speed game. That sounds interesting. I do like the Need for Speed games.
I've always liked Need for Speed since the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on GameCube. Or earlier, I can't remember. I always like racing games. I'm a car guy, so.
Did you ever play the Forza games?
Yeah, it took too long for me to get into it, to get up to the cars that I wanted, and I didn't want to spend any money.
Oh.
But Need for Speed's always good, because you could do that. Also, what was that? There was a game that I can't remember what it's called, but you just get points for crashing all over the place.
Burnout.
Burnout, yeah, I got
That
Burnout
game was a
Paradise.
lot of fun.
Burnout's just fun, just to go and mess around in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of those ones where if I'm just bored and need a game to play, I'll put that on. Ratchet and Clank is getting remastered for the PS4. I love the Ratchet and Clank games, and it's probably one of the reasons why I might consider buying a PS4 over an Xbox One.
See, I never played them because I've never had any Sony consoles. Like I said, I've had everything from SNES, and then I had a Sega Genesis, and then a game or an N64, which I still have, and we play pretty regularly. To the GameCube. My wife's got a PS2, but it's broken. And then what else? I got the Wii and an Xbox 360, and also as a Mac guy, I'm glad that more games are coming out for Mac now, so that I can play them on my MacBook, because I've always had Apple computers and Apple products.
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was also released. I never played the first one, but it actually looked alright.
I played a bit of the first one. It was great.
It's fun.
It was like a different experience than...
From what I saw, it was like a more cartoony Call of Duty sort of. And just more action, faster paced with Plants vs. Zombies characters.
I just thought that it was funny how ridiculous the pea shooters looked when they were walking around and everything.
Rock Band 4 is coming out. Harmonix. And
Street Fighter 5.
Smite is coming out for the Xbox One.
I want to try Mortal Kombat 10. Looks pretty good.
Right, yeah.
I listened to a video game podcast called The Indoor Kids, which is Camille Nanjiani and his wife. They're big gamers and stuff, and he actually ordered a fight pad to play on it, so that so that he doesn't use the controllers. And it sounds very sounds good. You can buy DLC that is, you can have like Jason or things like that, right? And so there's some really cool DLC that I would probably look at getting if I had some extra cash to buy video games and stuff. That would be nice, or the time to play them too.
Street Fighter 5 will be released on PS4 and PC, but not the Xbox. I don't know if they've ever been on the Xbox, but it's a strange move, I find, not to put it on the Xbox. Did you ever play Street Fighter?
Yes, I bought Street Fighter, the original one. I downloaded on my Xbox 360 so that it's always on there, and I play through it. It's always pretty fun. Interesting thing about Xbox One, I read an article yesterday that last month or 2 months ago, in Japan, they only sold 100 Xbox Ones compared to tens of thousands of the other consoles.
Wow.
It's
did
not...
they sell that many in Japan? Like tens of thousands?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting.
It was, there was, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Gizmodo. I went out kind of crazy on Gizmodo yesterday and read a bunch, but, it's not looking too good for Microsoft.
It's probably because they're Microsoft.
What else is there? Another Super Smash Brothers to be released for the 3DS.
Those are always my favorite.
Super Smash Bros. Is amazing. Like, Link is one of the best characters ever.
I haven't played the new one, but...
I have to have a Wii U to play it on.
Alright, Tyler, next time, over the summer break, you're coming over to my house and we're playing it.
How come you have 2 times when you've had it? And we never played it once.
Oh, yeah. Because you... Yeah.
What else is there? Another Star Fox game.
Yeah, Star Fox Zero.
That'll be fun.
I played the Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. I love the Super Nintendo. I love Star Fox to death.
Yeah, I played a bit of Star Fox 64, and it was awesome.
I remember playing through it, and like every time I leveled up, I was like freaking out. It was a fun game.
And N64 games are the best. Like Star Fox 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, even Dr. Mario was amazing.
You know what? Mario
And there was
Mario 64. Super Mario 64. That was my favorite. I still play it. I have it. I played
64?
it. Yeah, Mario 64.
That game is amazing.
That was the first real like
3D.
modern 3D game where you could replay through, and it still is great.
I love that game to death.
Doesn't translate well to new TVs. Doesn't look the best. But none of the N64 games do. We've been playing Mario Kart 64 on my 64.
That game is amazing.
That was the first Mario Kart game I ever played.
Yeah,
And
so
it's still my favorite.
I got that in the eShop on my Wii, and it is great.
I still know about that glitch where on Rainbow Road, that starting point, when you go down and you go right into the wall, you can like fly off and skip half the map.
yeah, if you jump through at the right time or something, yeah.
There are tons of glitches in those games.
That's what made it fun though. Super Meat Boy is being by Team Meat is being released for PS4 and PS Vita. I don't know if this is a new Super Meat Boy because it was on those consoles before, I believe. But I do enjoy the Super Meat Boy games. They're fun. Oh no, I don't even want to talk. Elder Scrolls Legends doesn't look good. It was probably the worst part about Bethesda's E3. It's basically Hearthstone. I don't know if you guys have ever played that. It's a card game. But it doesn't look good at all. It was probably at the down point of the whole showcase. What else was there?
I think that's pretty much
Rainbow Six Siege. That looks interesting.
Rainbow Six Siege looks pretty good.
That'll be coming out for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I watched someone play a demo of that game. I think it was a demo. And it's like the prettiest game you'll ever see in your life. It's coming out for PS4 and PC. But wow, does it look pretty. What else is there? Uncharted 4. Never played the Uncharted games. XCOM 2. Never played any of the XCOM games. And Xenoblade Chronicles. I've never played any of the Xenoblade games either, but I've heard of them all.
Oh, I'm still playing NHL 15. Doing my live the life.
Oh, you're an NHL guy?
Yeah, well, I buy every other year because I find that the big changes happen really every other year. Only thing is there's no roster updates after this once the new one comes out. But
my cousin was telling me about NHL 15. He was like, he was telling me when he first got it. He was like, "This is like the worst game I've ever played. I hate it." And like a couple months later, he's like, "This is the best game."
Yeah, well, the thing with I find it interesting that NHL games are so good, even though it really doesn't sell much in the U.S.
Yeah,
and they are by far the best sports game.
Oh, yeah.
Having played all the Maddens and having played NBA 2K and all those other ones, because I'm a big sports fan. NHL is the best, no question.
Yeah, I play. I always go through the VGM. That's what I do the most, and I don't actually like play as my guys. I'll just manage it.
That's not bad. Fantasy sports. I like to. I like to live the life where you make your own, and the new features in this Live the Life are great because you actually make decisions of what you can do outside of school, and it affects your ranking and stuff, and you get endorsements, and you start out in the minors. I got drafted to the Dallas Stars, played in the minors for a bit, and got called up, and it'll come up in between games, but like you get invited out with some of your teammates, but you have an early meeting, and you know that it's going to turn into a late night. Like, what do you say?
They did a little bit in 14.
And these really, really change weird. Yeah, and then there's also, you can choose to be endorsed by certain companies that they'll offer you, but it affects your standing with the team or your fans or whatever, and it's really good. I'm just about through my first season.
Very interesting.
I really like the sports game NBA Street V3 because it has Mario in it playing against basketball players, and it's funny seeing this like midget plumber up against these like almost 7 feet tall like basketball dudes, and he's like, ha ha.
My favorite sports game I've ever played is NHL Hits 2003. It's like kind of NBA Street, but it's street hockey basically, and you play as like 3-on-3, but then you unlock like aliens, and I unlocked the one level where you play on the moon and you're playing against aliens and stuff, and there's like ridiculous hits and you can get catch on fire. It's been years since I've played it, but I wonder if I can find it.
I guess we'll go on to our next sort of section, which I like to call internet viewings. I just added it a little while ago.
Alright.
This is one where we just talk about things that we think are interesting that we found on the internet.
Oh boy.
Well, we all gonna look now.
Yeah.
Okay, 100,000 digits of pi. I memorized that up to the 64th place.
The Pixar theory.
Pixar theory, yeah.
Did you ever read the Pixar theory, Mr. Pechtel?
Yes, I think I did.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I do very much enjoy the Pixar theory. And the Pixar theory is actually one of the only reasons why I went to go see the movie Inside Out
Oh yeah.
a little while ago.
Didn't you say you hated that movie?
I didn't like it. I didn't like Inside Out at all. But Pixar theory just got a book as well. I'm not sure how different that would be, or from the theory itself. Well, this is a slow topic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm scrolling all the time. I've mentioned a lot of the stuff that I've been reading on because it was relevant earlier.
Well, we can just go on to our next topic if no one has anything. That's fine. We are starting
my
to run a long
YouTube
time.
channel, the Javinator.
Anyway, we got
YouTube channel. Is pretty interesting.
Last section. The last section. This is Innovation Week talk. The only room that I've been into so far is the music room to find Mr. Pechtel. I didn't really look around too much. But what have you seen so far, Mr. Pechtel?
Well, since McLean wouldn't let me do my flamethrowing ukulele, it hasn't been as exciting as I thought. But I was in a building room yesterday where they were building some wheelchair type things or modifying longboards or stuff like that, which is always fun. It's fun to use power tools and stuff. The rest of the week I'll be in my room, which is the writing and performance room where some kids are writing a song. One is doing a origami book on how to origami. What are some other people doing? Just writing some books and things. It's quiet in there. It's nice. Good to relax. I got lots to do before the end of the year to clean up that place, even though I'm back next year.
Very good.
Cool.
Not as many musical things as I was expecting last year. There was
Oh yeah, there were a
more,
lot of
but,
people last time.
it's alright. We'll go. I'm teaching music here for a long time, so there'll be more music over the years, I'm sure.
There's something else I meant to say, but I completely forgot it. So, we're starting to run low on time. We got about 10 minutes, maybe.
What about that section where we talk about what we think would be cool in the world?
Yeah, I got rid of that one. That was boring.
What?
We're probably getting rid of it.
The dark light, instead of a flashlight, the dark light.
No, that was not a good idea.
That was fantastic.
It's the Deluminator from Harry Potter.
Exactly. Or an unwater filter. It takes pure water and brings out dirty water.
Useless.
Correct.
We don't have enough clean water in the world. Why would you want to make less?
So that you could purify it later. Or whatever.
It just seems like an unnecessary step to me.
Yeah.
So
that no one will want to take your water.
me and Javen will be hosting a live podcast on the showcase day of Innovation Week. If you guys want to come and talk to us during that day, we will be open for probably the whole thing. And yeah, I'm not sure where we will be set up. Probably around the Purple Pod area, or maybe the hallways. We haven't quite decided, but again, if you guys want to come talk to us, you just gotta find us. Say hi.
Cool. Follow me on Twitter at Mpechtel.
Follow us
I'm gonna
on Twitter.
I'm gonna get my plugs in.
What else is there? The Greystone podcast email I could set that up right now. It'll be greystonepodcast@gmail.com if you have questions you need to ask us. Oh, it already is an email. Great. Is the Greystone Podcast at gmail.com. If you need to ask us a question, have anything you want to add, or just want to say hi or be annoying, you can email us at the Greystone Podcast. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or are we good for the episode?
No, I think that's all for me.
All right.
I might head to the gym and throw some dodgeballs at some people, so that'll be fun.
Fun. All right. Well, hope you all have a good day. Thank you for coming on, Mr. Pechtel. I know you were kind of busy with Innovation Week.
My pleasure. No worries. Anytime. Like I said, I'm a big podcast fan, and I've never actually done one, but I listen to about 6 or 7 on a weekly basis. So, yeah, it'll be good. I'll take a listen to your guys this year too.
Oh, very interesting. Tomorrow we will have Mr. McLean on to talk about Innovation Week and talk to stuff about, and then we'll have the showcase, the live one. All right. Well, thank you all for watching or listening. Not really watching because there's nothing to watch.
You can be scared staring at the screen, I suppose. Or
oh yeah, you'd have to have a pretty boring life to just stare at the Greystone logo for an hour. But
play Tetris.
Hope you guys all enjoyed the Greystone Podcast. Talk about the world stuff. See you guys next time. Bye.
GG.
Later.